Hi guys, this is Frost here. Welcome back for my second video. So today I want to share with you my second and my third week of learning programming language. So before I start, I just want to tell you that the purpose of this content is to document my programming learning journey. So I began out as a total beginner. So I wish to document all the lessons and the challenges I've been through on my journey, and hopefully this can serve as a useful reference for the other people. So a simple recap here. So in the last video, I shared about why I decided to start learning programming and why I decided to switch to JavaScript instead of Python. So this week, I want to continue to share with you where I am right now and where I plan to go from here. So what is my current learning stage? So for the last 2 weeks, my second and my third week of learning programming language, I've been focusing on learning the basics of JavaScript on free CodeCam on the platform. So I still haven't completed the JavaScript course yet, and free CodeCam states that the JavaScript course actually requires 300 hours to complete, and I've been working very hard on that. So if you're curious, this is a summary of the JavaScript topics in free CodeCam. So you can see you will learn basic JavaScript, some regular expression debugging lessons. You will learn the data structures, the algorithm, what is object-oriented programming, functional programming, and so on and so forth. So at this point of writing, I just completed topic number 5, which is this one, the data basic structure, and now I'm moving into topic number 6, the basic algorithm scripting. Okay, so I want to share a little bit about what is my feeling in learning programming so far. So I remember the first week when I started my programming learning journey. It was very confusing, very frustrating because partly I'm not from the IT background, and this is something completely new to me. So along the way, there's a lot of self-doubt, confusion. Then in these following 2 weeks, I kind of like just ignored all the self-doubt and confidence thing. I just focus on learning and completing the exercises on free CodeCam. So now I kind of get used to the feelings that it's okay if I do not know everything, or it's totally fine if I make mistakes along the way. I realized that the most important thing for me to be able to grow or to be able to learn is that I have to believe that I can sort things out when mistakes or errors or things or unknown things happen to me. So I have to believe that I can do research and eventually I'll be able to solve the problems. So this mentality helps me to move forward. So throughout these 2 weeks of learning JavaScript, I figured out that there are some tips that I can give to myself to learn JavaScript more effectively. So I think that the best way to learn JavaScript is to learn from just one high quality sources. So instead of searching for different learning materials about JavaScript on YouTube, and you learn bits by bits here and there, it's going to be very confusing because if you want to become a self-taught programmer, we do not have the luxury of having the syllabus. We do not know what we need to learn first and what we need to learn second. So it is the best way to learn is for us to choose a high quality site that already lay out the syllabus for us, so we can just follow along the course. The course might not be fully sufficient, but it's okay. At least the syllabus are already pre-arranged. So you just need to go through the core courses first, and then in the future, if you think the course is insufficient in whatever way, you can actually research and learn more on the other sources. Okay, so and then okay, another thing is that learning on free CodeCam is that the examples are very limited. So a lot of times when I just look at the examples on free CodeCam alone, I cannot understand what he's trying to express. So I found that the best way for me to learn is that it's not go to Google and try to find blogs, because I think that when it comes to coding, right, I want somebody to actually write the codes in front of me, highlight the codes, and then he can actually explain why the code is written in that way. So I think video types of explanation video explanation content, it's more powerful than text-based to me, right? Maybe because I'm a visual learner. Okay, so if you are stuck because you cannot understand the code or some concept, maybe you should go to video-based content as well instead of reading text or blogs. Okay. And then there are many times I cannot solve the exercise on CodeCam. I've been saying this since my first week, is that but whenever this happen, first I'll try my best to come up with my own answer, but if I still are not able to clear it, I will just look at the hint and the solution provided by the free CodeCam, but then I will make sure I understand why they write it that way. Oh, and one very important thing is that even if you are able to clear the exercise in free CodeCam, I think my suggestion is that you still want to go and check out the solutions provided by free CodeCam, because they might sometimes provide more than one solution, so they might have like 3 or 4 solutions. So if you look at all these solutions, then you will gain more perspective. You will gain more, you'll be able to look at the same problem from more angles. You can see, oh, the same problem can be solved by using this method or next method or another method, and you'll be able to find a method that you can resonate with. Then that will become your favorite method to solve similar problem in the future. And then I think that in order to learn very effectively, there's a lot of time I need to ask myself why. Why this piece of code is being written in such a way. Why there's no semicolon here. Why they need a curly bracket, curly braces, sorry, instead of the array bracket there. So I have to understand why sometimes they use capital letter and sometimes they don't care at all. So I have to ask a lot of why. In order to avoid errors in coding next time when I write the code, right? So in conclusion, if I want to learn JavaScript better, I need to learn from more examples from various sources. I learned the most from YouTube videos. There's some really good instructors on YouTube which I go for. One is called TechSith, and then another guy, sorry, I couldn't remember his name. He actually do all the exercises on free CodeCam. So whenever I cannot complete the exercise, I will go and find this guy, and he will clear the exercise in front of me. And I like his example because he is more old school, and he write all the codes out. He don't use the shorthand code, so you can understand what he's trying to do, and you can understand what he's trying to explain very clearly. Alright, so if you get stuck on free CodeCam exercise, my advice is go and find the free CodeCam free CodeCam exercise explanation video on YouTube. Okay. So this is the main question which has been in my mind for quite a long time. So is JavaScript course on this free CodeCam platform, is it sufficient for me? It means that if I complete this course, will I be able to land a job after that? Do I have enough skill after that? Okay, or I have to continue to learn more on other platforms so that I can only confidently say that I master the fundamentals. Really, how much practice do I really need before I can start build my own project, or I can actually go send my resume to get a job. All right, so in this 2 weeks time, I actually explore the levels of JavaScript and then what are the topics related to JavaScript. So, and then I realized that JavaScript is a huge scope that if I were to actually want to learn everything related to JavaScript, like the Node.js, Angular, React, sometimes I think that's too overwhelming, to be honest. I don't think I should master all of them first before I ask for a job. So I want to know what are the core skills I need to get at least, so I can ask for my first job, so I can go request for my first job, right? So in order to do that, right, in order to find out what topics are the core topics, so I actually stopped searching for videos about JavaScript knowledge. I actually just find a better path of doing my research is that if I want to become an front-end developer eventually, then it is the best for me to just find out what is the path or the core skill required to become a front-end developer, and I just master those skills first. So instead of searching for JavaScript, how to do this, how to do that, I think it is so much more important for me to explore the path to become front-end developer. So some of the useful searches will be like JavaScript learning roadmap or path, or front-end developer roadmap or path. So there's a lot of videos on this. So after I watch this, I'll be able to get a much more clearer idea on, if I want to become a front-end developer, what are the things that I need to know, you know. So I think this is a better way for exploration. So instead of learning 1000 things about JavaScript or web development, I can now focus on the core things. And throughout my research, I found something very important, is that it says that HTML, CSS, and JavaScript is a must for one to land a job, especially for front-end developer pathway, right? So I know now that JavaScript is not sufficient, so I need to know HTML and CSS. But HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are the fundamentals. Okay. So in this video, in the past 2 weeks, I want to share with you. In the past 2 weeks, I've been researching on what are the other learning resources that I can use to further my study on JavaScript or HTML or CSS, and I found a few resources. And so I want to share it with you if you are started out and you do not know where to begin. So these cool resources can be very helpful to you. Okay, so there are 4 resources. I want to start with the 2 resources. Sorry, there are 4 resources. I want to start with them one by one. So the first one is free CodeCam. So for free CodeCam is the platform which I'm using now. You can check out their site, you can check out their YouTube channel, and they have various topics included in the platform. So if you want to learn Python, if you want to learn HTML and CSS, they are available in free CodeCam as well. And the good thing about free CodeCam is that it's completely free, and you can choose to donate if you want. So here's the link, the freecodecam.org. Alright. And then for a next resource is Codecademy. So Codecademy, okay, they have a very simple quiz, quite fun to do. And after do the quiz, they will suggest you what are the programming language you should learn and what is the potential career path you can go for, right? So you can follow the link here if you want to do the quiz. Plus, they also have the career path course. For example, the front-end engineer course and the back-end engineer course and the full-stack engineer course. So by following this career path course, you're not just learning the basics of JavaScript here, but all the related skills that you need to land a job. So they help you to build projects along the way, and they help you to be prepared for the interviews as well. And this is a paid course, and Codecademy costs about $19.99 per month for pro account to access the career path course. Actually, with this membership, you can access all the courses in Codecademy, right? The third resources is the Odin Project. It's a free resources. They teach you how to build real working website. So they have 2 pathways. Actually 3. So one is the foundation course, so you learn the foundation thing, what is programming and things like that. And then if you are into JavaScript, you can go to JavaScript. And if you are not into JavaScript, they offer another path called Ruby and Rails, something like that. I'm not quite familiar with that. So you finish the foundation course, and then you can choose either you go with JavaScript course or you go with the Ruby and Rails course. Alright, so they also prepared you to get hired to help you to land a job. And then this resource is completely free, so this is the link, right? And then the last resources I found is it's called Code with Mosh. I found this guy on YouTube. I've been through some of his YouTube videos, and I really like the way how he explains stuff, very easy to understand and very visual, so I can see and learn instantly. And then with Code with Mosh, sorry if I pronounce his name wrongly, Mosh, sorry. he has this ultimate full stack JavaScript developer bundle. So what this bundle do is that it helps you to land your full stack development job, which you need to be, because you need to be skilled in more than one area of coding. So this bundle, it actually covers different areas of skills that you need to become a full stack JavaScript developer. So in the bundle, if you're curious, so this is what is included. There are actually 6 courses in it. So the course include the Ultimate JavaScript Mastery course, part 1, part 2. They teach you React, which is basically a JavaScript library. I just know that it's a library, it is not a framework, and but exactly what it is, I have no idea yet. And then it will teach you about SQL mastery. SQL, if I'm not mistaken, is related to database, about how to store and how to search for database, something like that, how to access it. And then the last one is the Node.js course. It helps you to develop the server-side part of the application by using the JavaScript programming language. Oh, sorry, there's one more. It's called Angular 4. Angular 4 is one of the JavaScript popular framework, so it's also included in the bundle. Again, I have mentioned that his teaching style is very visual, so you can view his YouTube video first, or you can actually try the preview lessons, right? So the only cons about this resource, Code with Mosh, is that I think the cons is that it didn't include the HTML course and the CSS course in the bundle, because I think throughout my research, I think JavaScript, HTML, and CSS are, you know, kind of like bundled together. So you can't just learn. I don't think you can learn JavaScript and then land a job. You might need JavaScript, HTML, and CSS knowledge to land the first job. So for this bundle, they didn't provide the HTML and CSS course. So I think it's a cons lah. So for Code with Mosh is the paid course. So the bundle itself costs about one-time fee of $119, or you can opt for his subscription model, which is $29 per month, and then you can access all of his courses on the platform, not just the JavaScript bundle, but also the other courses maybe related to Python or whatever. All right. So there's one important disclaimer here. So far, I've only used free CodeCam, so I've not used any of the 3 resources I've mentioned up there, and I'm not affiliated with any one of them. So I just list them down because I think they are one of the best resources you can go for. They have syllabus layout, so you do not need to, you know, worry about are you learning the right things, and are you learning them in the right sequence. Okay, so I think they are the best resources for you if you're a beginner. If they can help you to cut down your exploration time, because you do not need to go and explore what you need to learn next. And not that I didn't list Udemy, Coursera, or other general education platform here, because I think that they are not platform dedicated to teach people how to code. So I believe platform which only dedicated to teach coding, like the CodeCademy, Code with Mosh, and Free CodeCam and things, platform like this, they will have more updated coding content, but this might be not true. Okay, so you have to figure out yourself. And personally, I do not like Udemy because in the past I bought several courses from that platform. To be honest, the price is cheap, but then the content is very short and general. I feel that I didn't learn much from it, but still you can check it out. You can check out Udemy, and maybe it works for you. Okay, so if I want to go for the paid course, I will prefer to go with the CodeCademy, dedicated platform that teach coding, plus they have the career path course to prepare you to land a job, and to me they're inexpensive. Okay, so if watch until this point, you will have a question. So which platform should you go with? So this is my thought pattern, so I think I could share the video. So if you want to go with the free path, I think Free CodeCam and the Odin Project is a great place to start. So after browsing these two sites, I think free CodeCam is more suitable for beginners. Number one, they have already built-in code editor for you to start writing code right away on lesson 1 directly. So you do not need to install any code editor on your website or anything like that. So it's not that daunting, and you can start immediately, and then they have exercise after you finish every lesson. It helps to strengthen your knowledge on the topic. On the other hand, Odin Project actually requires to download the code editor to set up Git before you start learning anything about JavaScript. But if you look from the good side, this is also more real world on the positive side, okay? Because in real world, if you are if you are a programmer, you need to set up, you need to download code editor, you need to join script, you need to learn how to use Git, right, and GitHub and things like that, right? So Odin Project is more real world, but if you want to jump into the programming language and see if it's for you without too much commitment or download anything, then go with free CodeCam first. I think free CodeCam, the lesson is more easy, right? Plus they have a video course on YouTube, right? So if I were to choose a paid path, right, again, I have not used any of them, but if I were to choose one, I will go with the CodeCademy, because there are a few reasons. Number one is that the sequence of lessons are more well organized. You just need to go through lessons one by one. On the other hand, with Mosh, you get bundle of courses. So the question is, which course should you go first, and which course is second or third? To me, it's a big question. So at least with CodeCademy, you do not need to worry about the sequence. And reason number two is that CodeCademy already included HTML, CSS, and basics of JavaScript in the course. With Mosh, you need to pay extra for HTML and CSS bundles. So you have to pay an additional $50 plus for that, alright? And then so cost wise, I think CodeCademy is more cheap, and then they offer much more. So I think HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are important for front-end developer career path. So I think that CodeCademy can help you more in that. And reason number three is that CodeCademy subscription price is cheaper. It's about $19.99 per month compared to Code with Mosh. The subscription model starts with $29 per month, but in the end, it really depends on which teaching style actually suits you more. So whose explanation can help you to understand the subject faster. So CodeCademy has 7 days free trial, while Code with Mosh has free preview lessons. So go and try them out yourself and see which one fits you better. Okay. So what will be my path in learning JavaScript? So from now on, I only plan to learn via the free path. So this is my planned learning path. So number one is that I want to learn from free CodeCam. I want to complete the JavaScript algorithm and data structure course on free CodeCam first, and then I want to start building the projects. And then if okay, I want to jump to the Odin project. I think it's more I want to try another free resource and see which one actually suits me more, right? I want to complete the foundation course and then the full stack JavaScript course, and then build the projects on the Odin project platform as well. So after that, after I finish these two resources, learning materials, I want to start to build my own projects, and I want to start with simple one, and I think I can learn much more, and I can learn real world knowledge by building my own project. I might need to mimic some other people's project first to start my own, but I'm eager to start my own. Meanwhile, I will go back, while I'm building my project, I will go back to free CodeCam and actually complete their list of courses. They have other courses besides JavaScript. So I want to go back and I want to finish their other courses, because at later part of the learning journey, I realized that they actually recommend people to go through their courses in a particular sequence, and JavaScript is not the first course they recommend. So I didn't know that in the first place, so I want to go back after after all these 1 to 3 steps, I want to go back to free CodeCam and start learning their other courses in sequence. So to sum up everything, currently I'm still learning JavaScript with free CodeCam. There are infinite things that we can learn about JavaScript. The goal is to learn all of them, but to master, we should only master the core knowledge which can help us to land a job first, and then we can expand from there. And then the resources to learn JavaScript is free CodeCam, free resources, the Odin Project, free resources, Code Academy, and Code with Mosh, paid resources. They can help you. And to get prepared to get a job. So I plan to finish the JavaScript course on free CodeCam, then I will jump to the Odin Project, and then I'll start to create my own project while expanding my knowledge via free CodeCam. So that's it for this week. If you're interested to follow my journey, be sure to subscribe and like my channel. I'm not a pro, so I do not have good programming tips to offer on my channel, but if you're just starting out like me, perhaps you can use it as a reference to avoid some mistakes or pitfalls on your own journey. And I wish everyone an amazing week ahead, and see you in the next video.